So we are into the loading screen now. We have infeed on that Debonair Jace once again, Blueberry on Leona, Zabers on Jarvan, Confitarius on Elise, Buddha Rice on the Kog'Maw, who is fresh to this game, and I am Skill Factory. Catch me at Skill Factory LOL. I'm one half of your casting crew right now. The other half is about 74 babies, and what do we have, babies, on this red team?
Well, we have Sauron on Urgot, NYX87 on Vi, Half-Hearted on Annie, Dynov on Garen, and Armor on Maokai.
Oh, A12 Mo12. Going with the Maokai. I
Yep,
love the Steel
surely
Legion.
a strong pick.
We have Panda Annie, Battlecast Urgot, Steel Legion Garen. Great skins coming out. I don't like the Warrior King's Jarvan. But Debonair Jace and Jurassic Kog'Maw definitely bring it back for their team. The Warrior King's Jarvan, it looks like he has two red like ponytails or streamers. Like he's some type of really tall cheerleader for his team. I mean, they don't look... I don't know. They just don't look that strong to me. They just.
I'm more of a Dragon Forge kind of guy.
Yes, definitely. I can definitely agree with you there. The Kog'Maw skin though is pretty cool, but you know he's a redheaded pigtails. He does what he can.
Yeah, I like that Jace skin though. I must say it's definitely better than Full Metal.
Yeah, the Battlecast Urgot is probably my favorite skin out of this game. I like although the Garen tank skin is pretty cool. It's almost like he's shorter and more stout. So, on top of that, like his sword, that double-sided blade with electricity is just really awesome to see.
One thing I must say is Steel Legion Lux. I do not like that skin because you cannot see any of her abilities.
Yeah, that can work to your advantage or your disadvantage, depending on which side you're on.
Yeah, I guess. But it's going to be Vi versus Jace coming into this bottom lane. That should be a good fight.
Yeah, a typical top lane fight down in the bottom on this Dominion. In just a few seconds, here we are. Game 3, Hazelden Child Support versus Feel the Vibe. Let's see who can take this game and the win for bragging rights on to next week. Now, if Feel the Vibe takes this, I mean, Hazelden Child Support, they're the favorites. They're the ones that has to defend their title. They had to come back in Game 2. They need to win 2 in a row to get this. There's going to be no real skill shots coming across the fruit stand here, and they're going to just start the poke battle out right away.
Yeah, well, Pay Evelyn Child Support might be the favorites, but I wouldn't say that Feel the Vibes are necessarily an underdog, because they are a very strong team.
Yes, they are. They usually pull off the number 2 spot, if not number 3, depending on how the bracket's set up. And right now, you can hear Kog'Maw taunting a little bit. Urgot not able to land that corrosive charge and get some of those acid hunters in there, which is the best poke that they have right now. Meanwhile, down bottom, the 1v1 not going very well versus NYX. Gonna grab the speed shrine. Maybe he'll charge. Oh, he actually turns around because of that spectral lantern. After he was missing there, he turned around. They might worry about him coming top as Annie comes around for that backdoor one more time. The damage on a Blueberry. Blueberry going to close that gap on a Sauron. The knock up there. Armor peeling for Sauron very well. Sauron being very tanky. Elise going to drop down, try to get the kill on Urgot. Does not. Yes, does get it. Confitarius going to pick up a kill there. But for 2 kills on Leona and Jarvan, and now Buddha Rice and Confitarius have nothing to protect them. Kog'Maw is going to take a good amount of damage here. Might be able to hit something with a passive, but they're going to start getting the cap on this. Elise was able to run away quite a bit, but the revive's coming down. Zabers getting armor off there. Armor in a lot of trouble right here. Half-Hearted stalling as long as possible. The Elise going down very quickly to Dynov and Sauron that is back now with a vengeance and rockets. Let's see if they can take this point for red.
And looks like they will be able to secure that point for themselves. Pale and Child Support not able to do too much. Looks like Jarvan might be able to take down Annie, but he will fall to an auto attack.
Yeah, he's going to go in there. Dynov doing a good job zoning the Buddha Rice back, but as soon as Elise showed up, he ended up being a lot of trouble, getting shut down actually, because he already had 3 kills along with Urgot there. Now Kog'Maw with the ultimate, trying to drop some of that artillery in there. Sauron actually dodging the stun coming out of Elise, and now we have a couple more revives coming up for this top lane. Maokai's back up. He actually did not even use his revive, I don't think. Annie still has hers as well. And there's Dynov jumping on a Buddha Rice. No protection for him. Confedarius closing the gap onto Annie. Oh, a great stun of Blueberry from the other side there. There's the ultimate from Maokai coming down. Dynov spinning over to help out, trying to take out Confedarius, who's the main damage. The Cataclysm coming down on Sauron, who's actually not taking a ton of damage in it right now. Jarvan doesn't have the items to support that yet. Twisted Advance going to be to take down that Elise. And I think we have one more revive coming up. Yes, here's the Annie to bring this to a 2v2. Not putting the damage that she needs, though, because they're both very tanky. Tiber's coming down, and she's going to be able to pick up at least one of these kills here, and hopefully the turret.
Yes, that was a very nice play by Half-Hearted there, coming straight in on the revive and using Tibbers to its full effect to take down Jarvan.
Now,
and in the bot lane,
yeah, and meanwhile in the bot lane, they're just kind of pushing the minions back and forth. Vi actually coming out behind on some of the trades here, but Infeed getting caught out by Dynov, coming in for the gank. He has the acceleration gate. He has gone hammer form, and Blue is looking like they're going to try to come and support him right there. So we'll see if they're able to make a gank happen down this bottom lane onto that Vi, who has great burst damage onto that Elise right now.
Yes, and paying Evelyn's child support, geez, is trying to make a push down onto this Boneyard, but doesn't look like they'll be able to do much. Elise falling to Vi, not an issue at all.
Yeah, meanwhile in top lane, Sauron and Half-Hearted trying to defend the top windmill here. They do have armor coming in now, who's closed the gap on Buddha Rice. The cleanse has come down on Kog'Maw, trying to run out of there and continue to do damage from afar. They got the point that they wanted, and Buddha Rice also is very strong. We didn't talk about this with Kog'Maw, but the Living Artillery does a good job at stopping people from capping and making the turret focus them. See if Sauron, along with Half-Hearted and armor, can come up here, get the damage down. Annie has the stun up. Elise is coming up as well at full health, but Dynov is here to make something happen. Blueberry's jumped in with a stun. Half-Hearted taking a little bit of damage there. Urgot now in a lot of trouble, drops the exhaust on there, but Elise here to pick up a double kill, and it looks like Pazel and Childsport's going to come out ahead of this one. Dynov spinning as best he can. Elise going down. See if he can get the kill. Dynov not wanting to chase and going back after Zabers to get this point down.
And in the bot lane, Nyx, maybe it's Nyx, you never know, has taken that quarry, I think that's a quarry, and we'll be able to take that with no issue whatsoever, and we'll be able to get that 3-cap for Feel the Vibe.
Yeah, they dropped the 3-cap there. They actually got the quest objective right there by getting shut down, but they already have the 10% damage buff. Dynov grabbing a kill on a Jarvan before he goes back. They did have the 3-cap for a little bit, but the quest objective also gives you a little bit extra points off the clock there. Sauron's up top. I don't think Leona's going to be able to stop much here. She does have a solar flare up, but she's going to die very quickly as Half-Hearted and Sauron get onto this turret to take it down.
Yes, and looks like they're going to have no issue whatsoever except for Jarvan, but I do not think he'll be able to do much.
Yeah, Jarvan only rocking the armor right now from Warden's Mail and Grev's Spectral Lantern. Does not want to get bursted by Half-Hearted. Has about the same HP as Half-Hearted right now. Armor trying to get in there. Kog'Maw not in a very good position whatsoever. See if Kog'Maw can get out of there. Does have the speed shrine, so able to reposition to more of an AD carry spot. Meanwhile, down bottom, the Boneyard was neutralized. There wasn't any kills going down there, except for Elise dropping probably for that neutralize. Garen jumping on Jace, but deciding to switch up top where they have a advantage of a 4v3 while Elise is down.
Yeah, no one really on Pazel and Shadow Sport really has any magic resist items, so Annie will definitely be able to do tons of damage coming into these fights.
Yeah, you don't need a Trinity Force to do tons of damage. All you do is need to be a little girl with a teddy bear. But once again, Buddha Rice not being able to get protected. Dynov doing all of the damage on there in the middle of two people. Damascene Justice taking out that Kog'Maw. He did it 1v1 with Jarvan and Blueberry on Leona there. They just weren't able to protect him. And he's actually the one champion I didn't think would close the gap on Kog'Maw and be able to kill him there.
No, and Sauron doing all of the damage that he can, which is definitely a lot. And showing his strong pick.
Yeah, we have the Vi looking to jump in, almost getting the gap closer onto Evelyn. One excessive force and an auto attack, a lot of damage to deal with there. But they're going to jump onto the Urgot. Urgot going down, Infeed in a lot of trouble, jumping the exhaust onto the Vi, which was enough to save his life. Now Annie in a lot of trouble, trying to burst down that Kog'Maw, half healthing him with 2 spells, but it wasn't enough. Meanwhile, Blueberry is trying to slow down the minion push onto that refinery and doing a good job as they rotate down to the boneyard. They might be able to go up for this boneyard right now and take it if they want to go for it.
Yeah, Blueberry just pretty much stalling out the game from Garen and Maokai and letting them not really be able to do much.
Yep, a kill coming down for Vi as she defends this. Cataclysm coming down, wants the dunk, gets the kill, but defensive garrison from Garen coming down, leaving Blueberry to go. The exhaust coming down as well. Zabers and Leona just running with their tails between their legs, not able to get a kill as Half-Hearted comes back. Full HP, the fire ablazing, the stun is up. Good stuns there by Blueberry, might be able to actually get out of this as she has Jace to help her out defend this turret.
Yeah, and Half-Hearted running right by the bush, having no idea that Zabers was in there recalling.
Yeah, not at all. Dynov actually being really strong right now on Garen. And so far, he's 7-1-6 and just being a terror for FaZe Evelyn Child Support.
Yeah, and it looks like they're trying to catch out Sauron here just to shut him down, but he's doing a lot of damage. Doesn't look like he's going to be able to get any help from the rest of his team. Will fall down.
Yeah, the Leona also trying to put the CC down onto Dynov and Half-Hearted. Dynov running in directly to the CC, the stun from Computaris, and the percent health damage doing a lot of work right there. And now they're going to turn around, take this windmill, try to get the kill on Half-Hearted, which is going to be very easy. Kog'Maw picking that one up. Dynov at low health, but Armor's here to help defend. Wow, the chunks coming down from Elise. Oh,
and you know, I wasn't
there.
too sure about that Kog'Maw pick, but it is doing them very good in these team fights.
Yes, it is. The defensive garrison came down on the windmill. It wasn't enough to defend the 3-man attack they had. Kog'Maw went down. He was their 4th man, but they took down the Annie and Maokai, which meant that Garen needed to retreat with low health.
In bot lane, Vi using her ultimate on Jace, trying to bring him down, but wasn't able to do enough damage.
Yeah, Jace does have, with To the Skies and the knockback there at Hammer Form, does have a good job there. There's the reposition going up top. Sauron with the extra mana and, extra magic and HP. Magic and armor is what I'm trying to say. Magic resistant armor. We're from the swap, able to take out that Elise, but now it's still a 3v3. Zaber's jumping on Half-Hearted, but deciding to turn around as Armor Twisted advances him and jumping on him because he is not as tanky as he needs to be at the moment.
No, and Half-Hearted trying to run away from that Leona, but that Leona just sticking to her like glue.
Now, there's no repositioner up for Buddha Rice to drum him back in the fight, but the Twisted advance is on him. He's taking a lot of damage right now. Half-Hearted being dropped by Zabers in that Cataclysm. Buddha Rice being focused, but they aren't able to capitalize on that kill until they lost Maokai. So it's going to be a 3-1 at the end. Jarvan picking up a double kill, and they end up shutting down Garen there. I'm shocked that they came ahead in that fight.
You know, I'm not too shocked that they came ahead because their team comp is very strong. I mean, Feel the Vibes is too, but when it comes down to it, for raw damage, FaZe Evelyn Child Support is doing a lot more than they are.
Yes, they are. There's a good cocoon. Getting caught out a little bit here is Elise. She does have Jarvan coming up. The exhaust is down on that Vi. See if they re-engage with Annie here. No Tibbers available. A good dodge on the stun, but a 500 damage crit from Infeed there. And Vi's going to just back out of there, making sure they don't get this quest objective, and defending the 2 points that they still have left.
Yeah, it looks like FaZe Evelyn Child Support are going to push for this boneyard and try to extend their lead.
Yeah, they did kind of put all their eggs in one basket, though. Maokai is able to go recap the refinery right now. Computaris is noticing this. He's going to try to back in the bush there. Zabers cannot 1v1 Sauron right now, and he's realizing that as he gets swapped by the repositioner. but Dynov's going to go down to the Jason Kog'Maw. Sauron next. The ult onto infeed, but I feel like he's not the only problem. They had 2 carries back up. Killing Jarvan is just not enough as he revives to come up top and defend that refinery.
I feel like that Urgot ultimate wasn't the best choice because he threw himself right into 3 people, not paying out well for himself.
No, and you're right, and he used it on the Jarvan. He didn't suppress one of the higher damage duos that he could have, and that all of a sudden is a 5 cap for PECS and child support. Coming out so strong early was Feel the Vibe, but now they're getting caught out and downed 1 by 1. Blueberry will trade the life of Maokai, and Leona is not going to be able to do much when she dies. Kog'Maw going down as well. 4 people there. They're going to be able to take back this point and hopefully gain some ground very quickly because they are bleeding the points out and now down by about 50.
Yeah, and they're trying to hold on, but I mean that 5 cap for a solid 30 seconds really set them back.
Yeah, they came out really strong and they just haven't been able to deal with this mid-game damage coming out of the Jace and the Kog'Maw. They couldn't protect Cog early, but now Cog hasn't even had to use Cleanse in quite some time. Half-Hearted getting caught out by a great solar flare there. Jarvan jumping in for the dunk. Half-Hearted dropping a good amount of damage before she goes down on that Annie, but Blueberry just sitting in the team. Garen going to pick up that kill with the help of Urgot. Infeed knocking 1 person back, but you can't knock 2 back. And Buddha Rice coming here, hopefully to lay down some damage as they try to disengage. Oh, the damage coming out from Infeed and Buddha Rice here, just dropping Dynov, and them not picking up that kill is going to be very detrimental to them trying to come back in this game.
Yeah, and Logoli is right. PECS and child support will not let this advantage go, and they will extend it and hopefully pick up the win.
Yeah, Kog'Maw doing what Kog'Maw does best, dropping the living artillery in onto those points, slowing the caps, and just delaying them without having to work hard for it. He doesn't have to get close whatsoever now that he has a few ranks on that ultimate, a couple ranks, excuse me. He has 2 ranks coming up in the 3rd rank very soon. And we'll see. I mean, Feel the Vibe needs to catch somebody out, and they need to do it fast.
And Maokai getting the shutdown on Jace, no issue at all. Looks like we're going to have a fight.
Yeah, Buddha Rice, he is there, but Armor Twisted Advance trying to get out of the fight. And we'll see, there's the Assault and Battery on Buddha Rice, but they didn't have the follow-up damage they needed to get it. And Buddha Rice still alive, still shredding, finally going down, but meanwhile, Elise grabbing a triple kill, not being touched for that entire fight. And I think that they're going to be able to snowball this game into the win. Oh, it looks like Buddha Rice disconnected. We got a quick pause here. It looks like he reconnected right away.
Yeah, he paused it himself, so he must be having some connection issues.
Yeah, what do we have for builds? Anything special coming out that you noticed?
Well, not really, but I noticed a Sanguine Blade pickup by Vi just to do that extra damage. And also the Runic Bulwark on Maokai. That was a very strong pick to give the team extra resistances in those team fights so they're not losing too hard.
Yeah, I agree, but at the same time, I feel like Vi went almost too heavy in damage and lifesteal. It seems like she's getting chunked before she can get in there and do a lot of damage. And although she's 7, 6, and 3, she hasn't been able to really just put the kibosh on some of these carries in the middle of the fights.
Yeah, well, the thing about Vi is you can have a lot of damage, but you're going to need that health so you're not getting deleted instantly in those fights.
Yeah, the only one with a pretty much pure damage build right now is that Kog'Maw. Phantom Dancer, a Bloodthirster, the Phage for a little bit of kiting and chasing, and a Vamp Scepter, most likely going to get the Sanguine Blade. And 8, 8, and 11 doesn't seem like a good score, but every time they kill Kog'Maw, they lose the fight. Every time they don't kill Kog'Maw, they lose the fight. And they're really spending all of their ults and summoners to get in there, to exhaust him and jump on him, but even when they do kill him, he doesn't need to be alive for the PECS and child support to finish off the rest of their team.
That is right. And also, Jace picking that Infinity Edge is going to be dealing a lot of damage to some champions in those team fights.
Yeah, that's true. Sauron does not have the Iceborne Gauntlet, so he is reliant on that Trinity Force, hopefully to get the slows that he needs to continually do damage. Urgot, as you know, has a very short auto attack range.
Yes, and Elise running for her life from Darnov and armor, and it looks like she might be able to take out. Nope, we'll not get anything, and we'll get shot down by that sword.
Yeah, the Demacian Justice coming right on top and impaling that spider into the ground. Game over for Elise. They might be able to make this a windmill here. Garen getting caught out by Jarvan. He did go down fairly quickly, but they're not killing Boudicca Rice fast enough before Captain Blueberry is going to come in. The kill going to Kog'Maw as a revenge from that passive. Half-hearted, blowing up Infeed, but I don't think it's going to be enough. One more auto attack. Infeed will get the kill at almost 0 HP, and that one bar is enough for Infeed to auto attack, get himself back up. Armor in a lot of trouble here, and I think that's going to signify the end of the game, unless Vi can get Confidarius down and get this point immediately.
Nope, she didn't have enough health.
Not enough there. The lifesteal did a good amount of work right there, but it doesn't seem like it was quite enough to take down Confidarius there. And Sauron going to be the next one to go down, as Payzevlin Child Support is going to go undefeated for another week. They lost the one game, but the best of 3, they came out as the victors.
No, I'm really shocked by this, because by looking at picks, I thought that Fear the Vibe would be able to take this game, but I'm noticing that just pure outplaying is definitely what put Evelyn Child Support right in the lead for this one.
Yeah, they did a very good job at working their team comp through the mid game. I mean, once they hit that 12-minute mark or so, almost 15-minute mark, they were just dominating. Every move they made was countering out Feel the Vibe, and they're going to win this 2-1 for your Dominate Dominion 44.